Welcome to Puerto Rico English News, the only English-speaking broadcast of local Puerto Rican news and entertainment. Please subscribe. Keep us alive.
During 2021, 802 people have been reported as missing in Puerto Rico, according to figures from the police department. 714 have been located, while the whereabouts of 88 are still unknown, confirmed Lieutenant Colonel Pedro Sanchez. The police highlighted the case of Keishla Rodriguez, whose disappearance and death was key to identifying a person of interest and possible suspect in her murder, Felix Verdejo. Felix Verdejo Sanchez is a Puerto Rican former professional boxer. As an amateur, he represented Puerto Rico at the 2012 Olympics. In May 2021, Verdejo Sanchez turned himself into police to face federal charges in the murder of his pregnant girlfriend.
The investigation into the disappearance and death of promoter Benjamin Sotomayor Sanchez technically resumed Tuesday, September 21, when the Institute of Forensic Sciences, ICF, confirmed, through DNA tests, that a skeleton found last year corresponds to the producer, who was reported missing in 2019. Sotomayor Sanchez, 45, a commercial promoter, singer and composer, a resident of the Toa Baja neighborhood, who was last seen on January 2, 2019, when he left home at night. Benjamin alias Sotomayor Sanchez's car was found completely burned in the town of San Sebastian.
Customs and Border Protection, CBP, and the Coast Guard headed today, Thursday, September 23, to Mona Island, where smugglers abandoned 71 migrants, including a teenager and an infant. The Coast Guard will transport them to its facilities in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Authorities believe they are from Haiti. Mona is the third largest island of the Puerto Rican archipelago, after the main island of Puerto Rico and Vaca. It is the largest of three islands in the Mona Passage, between the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. Wikipedia lists its population as 5.
Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. A man was shot and killed mid-morning Thursday, September 23, near the Junior Cruise School on Highway 835 in the Mamatu neighborhood, in Guaynabo, police reported. The body of the deceased had multiple bullet wounds. No additional information was available at the time of this broadcast. In a separate homicide, a 36-year-old man was shot to death the night of September 22 on 5th Street of the Jardines de Cerro Gordo subdivision in San Lorenzo, Puerto Rico, police reported. With this crime, violent deaths have risen to 436 this year. And in Monte, Puerto Rico, a 21-year-old man was shot and murdered, Monday, September 20, in the Contera neighborhood, Angel Berganza Street, the police reported. A 27-year-old man was shot and wounded during this incident. The deceased was reported to have a criminal record.
In court news, Bayamon, Puerto Rico, the continuation of the jury trial against J. O'Neil Gonzales Mercado for the murder of Rosimar Rodriguez Gomes focused this Tuesday, September 21, on the testimony of Zaida Martinez Rodriguez, who witnessed the moment when her cousin was kidnapped on September 17, 2020 from the home they shared in the Sabana Seca neighborhood, in Toa Baja. The officer who documented the complaint of the kidnapping of Rosimar Rodriguez testified Wednesday, September 22, what he remembers in the case against J. O'Neil Gonzales. His testimony in the Bayamon court created distress among the family, since he acknowledged that he did not take complete notes when he attended the incident and gave a different version than that of the murdered young woman's cousin.
Fajardo, Puerto Rico, the resumption of the trial against the locksmith Jensen Medina Cardona, accused of murdering Arilis Mercado Rios due to an altercation with a cell phone, in events that occurred more than 2 years ago in a Fajardo marina, proceeded with the statement of witness number 22 for the prosecution. Homicide Detective Luis Alejandro Velasquez testified for almost 4 hours in the Fajardo court in the case for the murder of the young Arilis Mercado Rios.
In other news, Surgeon Miguel Castillo became the 16th doctor in Puerto Rico to die from COVID-19, Wednesday, September 22, confirmed the president of the College of Surgeons, Victor Amos. The Puerto Rico Department of Health reported 16 new deaths from COVID-19 in September that brought the total deaths from the virus to 3,109.
The Puerto Rico Medical Licensing and Discipline Board is in the process of summoning 5 doctors to find out in which instances they presumably prescribed ivermectin for the treatment of COVID-19. The Federal Food and Drug Administration, FDA, does not approve the use of ivermectin for the treatment of COVID-19.
The mayor of Guaynabo and president of the Federation of Mayors, the new progressive Angel Perez Otero, tested positive for COVID-19 and has mild symptoms of the disease.
In business news, Microsoft's announced the closure of its operation in Humacoa, Puerto Rico, where 78 employees work. The office will cease in September 2024, the Secretary of Economic Development and Commerce, Manuel Cedra, confirmed to media sources. The move will reduce by more than $300 million the income received by the government from the 4% tax on foreign companies, Law 154. The closure announcement comes without the end of the legal battle between the company and the Federal Internal Revenue Service, IRS, which since 2005 has been investigating whether Microsoft used the Humacoa plant to evade more than $1.2 billion in federal taxes. The company has been operating in Puerto Rico since 1989. During that time it has transformed from the reproduction of compact discs of its software products to supporting its cloud computing business lines. Microsoft maintains a sales and customer support office in Guaynabo, in addition to millions of dollars and recurring contracts with virtually all government agencies and public corporations.
Governor Pedro Pierluisi signed into law the bill that increases the minimum hourly wage paid by workers in Puerto Rico to $8.50. Currently, the minimum wage in Puerto Rico is $7.25 an hour, and it has not changed since 2009. The first increase will bring the minimum hourly compensation to $8.50. It will enter into force on January 1, 2022. The second increase will bring the minimum compensation to $9.50 an hour. This change will begin on July 1, 2023. The third increase would begin on July 1, 2024 and bring the minimum wage to $10.50 an hour.
Washington, D.C., former Governor Ricardo Rosselló Nevares remains on the delegation for statehood despite controversy and court battles. Former Governor Rosselló Nevares reported an income of $177,932 in 2020, almost double the salary he would earn as an elected delegate to lobby for statehood, which he opted not to receive. Governor of Puerto Rico from 2017 to 2019. He resigned on August 2, 2019 after protests related to the Telegram Gate scandal. The scandal involved leaked messages where the former governor made misogynistic, racist comments and made fun of Hurricane Maria victims. Benefits of statehood include an additional $10 billion per year in federal funds, the right to vote in presidential elections, higher Social Security and Medicare benefits, and a right for its government agencies and municipalities to file for bankruptcy. However, in Downs v. Bidwell, 1901, the U.S. Supreme Court designated Puerto Rico as a non-incorporated territory, one that does not enjoy the protections of the U.S. Constitution and whose people are not U.S. citizens. Puerto Rico was never intended to be a state. Many fear it will be a blue state and tip the balance of party lines.
In entertainment news, the Puerto Rican WWE wrestler Damian Priest will have his first fight in Puerto Rico next Saturday, October 2nd, at the Jose Miguel Aguilar Coliseum and, probably, he will have a reunion with the urban artist Bad Bunny. The Billboard Latin Music Awards promised a great show, with the participation of figures such as Bad Bunny, Carlos Vives, Camila Cabello, Juanes, Karol G, Mark Anthony and Rosalía, and the final balance was a positive one. Bad Bunny won 10 awards and Daddy Yankee was inducted into the Hall of Fame, while Mark Anthony, Mike Towers, Rauw Alejandro and Jay Cortez filled the event with music.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Help us survive.